Shut up. So I was like, Clark, how do we improve Typecast? And then I was like, BAM! Typecast video! Yeah! That's because it hurts so much later when I have to edit the audio.
Oh, man. Yeah, who's editing the video?
I don't know.
I guess I will do it.
Yeah, do you have time to do it?
No.
Then I guess I will have to learn to edit video.
Alrighty.
Next time on Typecast, who's editing? Typecast people, like all 10 of you. So we haven't done one of these in a while. So we're going to do like a little bit of Typecast catch-up.
Yes.
Not catch-up, the sauce, but catch-up. We've seen a couple of movies recently. We're going to do some reviews. Then we're going to talk about some Death by Typewriter stuff that we're doing in July.
Yes.
So the first movie that we saw recently was Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That one!
Yes!
So, we also got an early preview at... No, we didn't. I'm lying. We did not.
No one
I
loves
wish.
us.
No, we're not.
We also saw Alien Covenant recently.
Yes.
Which was interesting.
Which one would you rate better?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
It's like... We'll start that with Guardians of the Galaxy. So, oh god.
Shut up.
Sorry. So what did you think of Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
I loved it. I thought it was fan-freaking-tastic.
It was great.
I don't really get, because a lot of people don't like it as much as the first one. At least from what I've read online. And I don't get that at all. Because I thought it was fan-freaking-tastic.
I thought it was pretty great too. I think I might get why someone might prefer the first movie. Just because the second one got a little crazy. It's much more of a comic book story than it was the classic like space story that it was in the first movie.
Well, and it's more like...
Because it has like comic book weird in it. Was my thing.
It's more like I don't know what I was saying there. It's not grounded in reality at all. It's more focused on the characters rather than... It doesn't take what a lot of sequels do where it takes the first one and just does the same thing but bigger and better or whatever. It's just... It like took a step back and really focused more on the characters, which I really liked.
Yeah, I liked that they got around to doing Peter Quill and... What's her face? Gamora. Getting together.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to really do that because I thought the first movie was her shutting him down, and they're like, no, that's it.
Yeah.
And then they took their romance in a really different direction that I actually thought
I thought it was good.
Strangely tasteful and really interesting.
Yeah, I liked it, and I really liked Rocket a lot. Him and Yondu were by far my favorites in this movie. And when Yondu got his big old mohawk, that was awesome.
Yes. Spoiler alerts.
That a lot.
Although it might be out of theaters now.
Nope, it still is.
Nice. We made a Typecast while the movie's still in theater. There's a first for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's hard to talk about movies that are really good, A, without spoiling them, and then B, when there's just so little to complain about.
Yeah. I mean, think. Oh, freaking Stan Lee's cameo
was a little weird.
What do you mean weird? It was freaking amazing.
Maybe it's just because he's old and it's getting difficult to watch him act, where he's like, oh geez, oh god, oh please come back.
No, it was awesome. He's a freaking Watcher informant. You need to be more excited about this.
Sorry,
they have the Watchers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Cool,
That's freaking amazing. You are way too calm for this news.
I'm sorry. I'm not as much as a comic book freak as you and Jaren. So, I'm a plebeian. I just,
And they got
I read Thor when I watch the movies.
Jesus. You cut your hair short, like.
Shut up. Something that I really liked that kind of went under the radar was I liked that they didn't do a lot in the way of updating their outfits very much.
Yeah, they kind of kept them the same.
And I really liked that because with every other movie that they've made so far, like all the major heroes, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, the Avengers movies, every movie they have an outfit update, even if it's like the tiniest outfit update.
Yeah.
And
Iron Man always has a new suit.
And it's kind of a first world problems complaint. Yeah. Like it's always nice to see them have a sexy new outfit. Like I loved Captain America's suit in
Winter Soldier?
No, Age of Ultron. The really weird one where he had like some pauldron shit going on up on his forearms and kind of the red.
That one. I just remember when he comes out with the old one again.
Oh,
which I thought looked really goofy.
What was it? The end of Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
When he came out with the old suit in Winter Soldier, I was like, that looks weird.
Yeah.
I was like, that does not look as cool as it did in the first Avengers.
His Winter Soldier outfit does look pretty cool, but I definitely liked seeing his like Age of Ultron and maybe Civil War outfit a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't really like it when his ears stick out. I think he looks goofy as hell.
I have to figure out which movies he does.
I think the first one it happens in is Winter Soldier.
Oh.
Or maybe they've always been sticking out and I just never noticed it.
I've never noticed his ears sticking out.
But to be honest, like looking back at like the Avengers suit, that one looks really weird.
Yeah, his Avengers suit looks really weird. I like it when his ears do stick out because in the Avengers suit his ears get tucked into the helmet and it makes him look
that's what was
super weird. Aside from that, in the booties.
In the what?
The booties.
The booties?
He's wearing booties in the first Avengers film.
I did not know that. I've never seen that.
Go back and watch that
Okay.
movie. No, but my point being, like, it's great that they have outfit updates for the Avengers and stuff like that, because it's just nice to see sometimes. But it's also nice to take the other route with Guardians of the Galaxy and just have a sense of consistency.
Yeah. Except for Baby Groot.
Except for Baby Groot.
What do you think of Baby Groot?
I was kind of with Jared on that. Jared was like, or maybe that was you. You were talking about how like Baby Groot's great, but I don't ever want to see him again.
Oh yeah, completely. Like
this is the one time that they're going to get away with Baby Groot, and they should never do that again.
Yeah, because like Baby Groot, because I avoided all the marketing, like the trailers, but still, like he's still on like every poster.
Yeah.
He's on like M&M's ads and like everything.
They really pushed Baby
And
Groot.
I was like, I haven't seen the movie, but I'm already kind of sick of Baby Groot. And then I saw it, and Baby Groot's freaking hilarious, and he's awesome. But yeah, they never need to do that again. It was a one-time thing. It was funny. It worked. Don't ever do it again, because otherwise
super
it's not
easy to
gonna be
ruin.
funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want them to like the next movie just have like teenage Groot.
Yeah.
Like where they ended off in the credits. I want them to have like full-on Groot. Like,
Adult Groot.
That end credits was our transition to explain why he's going to be full-on Groot in the next movie.
Yeah.
Which actually, his next movie is not Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's Infinity War.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen. I saw has a trailer popped up for that?
I think a teaser just dropped.
Okay.
Like as of yesterday.
Wow, we were at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So.
Which I'm not watching anything.
Yeah. It's kind of. Our jobs at Death by Typewriter are getting so much harder because we don't watch watch trailers anymore. So
at all.
Really into this whole like, don't have an impression.
Oh, what do you think of Kurt Russell?
Oh right, Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't Nathan Fillion because I was looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he'd been dropped from the project.
Right.
Or
I didn't even know that he was ever attached to Ego.
Well, didn't they say
I
something?
feel like he's not old enough to be Chris
Maybe-
Pratt's dad.
Maybe.
He was in the project.
Someone mentioned like way early on that he was like in the running to be to play as Ego.
He was originally supposed to have a cameo bit.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to be an actor. The guy, it's an actual Marvel character. And there's a picture online you can find. He's like a Marvel Universe famous person. Like he's an actor and he plays like all these famous roles. And there's all these posters. One was called Stark, and it had a picture of him dressed as Tony Stark in black and white going like this from the side thing. And it was a parody of Jobs.
Oh my god!
And it was Nathan Fillion as Tony Stark and Stark.
Oh man!
And there was like that one. There was a whole bunch of them. It was supposed to be like whenever that big like blobby thing is in like all the cities, they were supposed to cut to like a theater, like somebody standing by a theater, and that was going to be in the background.
That's pretty.
But it
cool.
got cut out of the movie.
That sucks. That's pretty.
His James Gunn's parents are in it. They're like one of those people that they randomly cut to, and they're like, "Wow, wow, wow."
I thought so. Ego is pretty great in the movie.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of the source for me of the weird in the movie. Like that's where I'm like, this movie is comic book weird.
Yeah, when he was like, "No, I'm not okay. That's my freaking father," and he's just like, I was like, "Whoa, this is awesome." Yeah, no, I really liked him. I thought he was one of the better Marvel villains because that's the thing about Marvel movies is they have really crappy villains.
Yeah, he really was one of the best Marvel villains we've seen, and again, like the depiction was so well done that it really did feel like it just jumped off the pages of a comic book. Like
Yeah.
it was weird, it was stylized, it was crazy. So I liked that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked
Ego
that.
was cool.
Kurt Russell's great.
Kurt Russell was great.
And he didn't die this time, so that was great. Hateful Eight. He died in Hateful Eight.
He died in this. What are you talking about?
He died this time too. I forgot about that.
Wait, did I miss this? When did this happen?
I was watching an alternate version of the movie where he wins and kills Kit.
I was gonna
Chris
say
Pratt.
he like fucking disintegrates and like gargles in on himself and goes and like falls in on himself.
Oh my gosh, he gargles and dies in both movies.
I'm trying to remember, how did he die in Hateful Eight?
He drinks some sort of poison and he throws up blood everywhere and gargles.
Oh yeah, and it's not like
Yeah,
pretty.
it's
It's like
yeah, it's like projectile vomiting blood.
Oh god. Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
So
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Typecast seal of approval. Whoosh.
We need to put in a graphic there.
Let's also do a rating system for Guardians
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Galaxy.
I have an idea. What's yours?
I was gonna say 1 out of 10 people that ego screwed.
Ego screwed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 1 out of 10 dead bastard children.
Sounds like a thing we should say for a Game of Thrones review.
But that will never happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. 1 out of 10 dead bastard children. So yeah, like.
Oh wait, real quick. There is a freaking Bullet Ray Bill skull in one of the dead children. Wait, you don't? Do you know who that is? How do you not know and say that you like Thor and not know who Bullet Ray Bill is? Okay,
Oh, it's his
real
special.
quick. Bullet Ray Bill is an alien.
Mm-hmm.
He's a golden humanoid horse
Wait.
creature.
I do know Bullet
Okay.
Ray Bill. Yes.
Yes.
He gets his own Thor hammer.
Yeah.
And like travels the universe and just smashes shit.
It's called like Stormbringer or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he's the only other person that can wield Mjolnir. And Odin's like, hey, you're awesome. I'm going to make you your own hammer. And he makes him that. So in one of the many piles of skeletons, there's a humanoid skeleton with a horse skull.
So Bullet Ray Bill's dead?
No, not necessarily, but there's multiples of his kind. So it was just an alien. So.
It was a Bullet Ray Bill.
Yes,
That's
whatever
their-
they're called. I don't.
that's their
remember what
race
they're
name
called. Bullet Ray Bills.
Bullet Ray Bill kind.
All right.
Savage.
So 1 out of 10 dead bastard children.
I'd say a good 8.5, maybe 9 dead bastard children.
I was gonna lean towards 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say 9. I'd say 9 out of 10 dead bastard children.
Yep. The last one is Star Killer. I mean Star Lord.
Star Killer? No.
Oh man, it's still Disney. It counts.
All right. Now.
Did you see? Did you see a rumor about Zac Efron getting confirmed as Nightwing?
No.
Let me see if I can look this.
I also found out some really weird news about Nightwing.
Oh yeah.
In Batman vs Superman, Dick Grayson's grave is in the background.
What? What?
He's dead.
Why would they kill Dick Grayson?
I know.
He better be fake dead, dude.
I'm like, what the hell? That better have been a production mistake. Like something that they threw in there and didn't think about. Because if they have Nightwing and it's not Dick Grayson,
Nope,
I am
that's it.
done with DC. I am seriously done.
Nope.
I know this is the nerdiest freaking stance, but that is some bullshit.
Yeah, I'm seeing here. There's a Facebook post.
I heard that as a rumor.
I'm seeing videos and a Facebook post. It's some sort of video on YouTube. I'm not gonna play it.
Okay. So it might be true, it might not be, but I think that would be an awesome choice.
I think so too. I've been very surprised at how well Zac Efron has been doing since he broke it big and actually became a really serious about his acting.
Well, and the first movie that I saw where I was like, oh, he's funny, was in I think it was probably Neighbors.
Oh, I saw. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I saw 17 again.
Oh no, that is actually a good movie.
Yeah, it was a really
It's a surprisingly
good movie. And you're like, wait,
Yeah.
this movie's good? What?
Although, whenever they cut to freaking what's his name, Chandler from Friends, and you see him old, he looks so sad. Like he just looks like even when he's not sad in the movie, just the actor. I'm just like, oh man, dude, that Friends money got to you. Like you look sad. But yeah, no, yeah, that's actually a surprisingly good movie.
I'm pretty excited to see Zac Efron as Nightwing. I'm hoping he does real good.
But even like if in 17 again, I would have never thought that until like I saw Neighbors, and after I saw Neighbors, I was like,
now yeah,
somebody said
now,
that.
now
like,
he's
that
ready
makes
because
sense.
he's like shredded.
Yeah, he is. He's like shredded. Yeah. Do you want long hair Nightwing, short hair Nightwing, or mullet Nightwing?
I'm gonna say short hair Nightwing.
They're probably gonna go with
They're
short
probably
hair
gonna go with
Nightwing.
short hair Nightwing.
I always like long hair Nightwing better.
Yeah.
My favorite is definitely mullet Nightwing from the animated series.
Ooh,
I know
no.
it doesn't make, and I don't want a mullet Nightwing, but I would like it if they made a reference to it. Like at least at like some point, if he puts on a wig, I don't know.
I just a picture of him in high school with a mullet.
Yeah. But like I've got the fucking toy over there of it, and he just looks awesome. It's one of the coolest mullets ever.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
It's all like spiked back.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm grabbing short hair Nightwing from. I just feel like it would look a little more like utilitarian, a little utilitarian, a little less like the Joker could grab it and beat me to death with a crowbar.
Although one thing about Zack Snyder is not Zack Snyder,
Nope.
Zac Efron. Too many Zacks
Too many
in
Zacks.
the Batcave. Is he's got to pale his face up because he's way too tan to be Nightwing.
Yeah, because he just got done doing Baywatch.
Yeah. Like, Nightwing cannot come in as some, like, brown-haired, tan
He's going to go to the tanning
guy.
salon, like,
Hey, guys!
But he opens up his tanning bed and it's just black on the
Yeah.
inside. He gets in, like, what's that? It's an untanner.
He needs to
Vin
look
Diesel sitting his
more white than the Joker.
Vin Diesel sitting there like, what's going on? I am Groot.
I am Groot. Oh man, yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard a rumor about Armie Hammer too, but I would not want him to be Nightwing. I think he's too old. I think he could be Batman.
I feel like you show me Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer.
No, his name is Armie Hammer.
What?
His
No,
name is
not.
Armie. Yes.
No, you're foolish.
I am dead serious, dude. Look it up. You're like, oh, Arnie Hammer. No. It is. See? His name is Armie Hammer. Well, there was a whole thing about, I don't know, I think this actually ended up being fake, but there was a whole thing about his family, his parents were the owners of Arm & Hammer
Oh my gosh.
baking soda. And so they named him Armie Hammer.
Oh.
They said his name is Armand. But I don't think that's true. I think that was just
I could believe Armand.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh man, if they had actually named him Army.
I think his name is actually Armand.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, it's probably a stage name.
Dying on the inside.
I found out, did you know that Emma Stone's real name was Emily Stone? Should have changed it to Emma.
Trying to think, there was another.
Oh, there was another
ones.
Batman thing?
Oh no, I was going to say there was another actor that I knew about their real name versus their stage name. It was, it wasn't Charlie Sheen. It was
Emilio Estevez? Or that's
No.
his brother, but it's Julio Estevez, I think it's Charlie Sheen.
No.
Mario?
Carlos.
Carlos, that's
Carlos
it.
Estevez. But I'm thinking of somebody else.
I don't know.
David Bowie. David Bowie's a stage name.
Oh yeah, that totally makes sense.
Because there was a
David Tennant is a stage name.
Yeah.
His name is David McDonald.
McDonald.
All right. Real quick,
What's up?
Tom Hardy is Venom. That happened.
That's interesting.
What do you think about that?
I think he knows how to do creepy well, so he's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to do it, rock it pretty well because he's already a really great actor. Like I love Tom Hardy. Honestly, half the time I'm with Tom Hardy and like Matt Damon. I'm like with those two guys the same way that Jaren is towards like Tom Cruise movies. Like even if they're bad, I'll go watch them.
Really, Matt Damon?
Yeah.
No.
Did I?
Maybe Tom Hardy, but not Matt Damon. Yeah, I think he's That's a perfect casting for Eddie Brock. Did you hear?
You got to see him in Star Trek Nemesis. Oh, that's a really weird.
Oh
like,
no, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he like that's where I'm getting
Yeah.
like he would be a good Venom because
He plays a boy clone of Picard.
Yeah.
like,
But he's
which
a
you would
really
never-
creepy
you would
boy
never
clone of
think until like you see it, and then you're like, oh yeah, he looks like him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Even now, like if you shaved his head, he'd still look like a boy clone of Picard.
Do you know who's directing it?
No.
I don't remember their name. But
I didn't realize they were. I didn't realize they really wanted to do a Venom film.
Oh, it's like 100% happening.
Oh, nice.
This is the weird part. It's the guy that did Zombieland. I don't know his
I know
name.
the dude's name. Yes. Now I'm looking this up.
You gotta hit more.
More about Zombieland.
More about Zombieland. Director
Ruben
Ruben
Fleischer.
Fleischer. Yeah, he's doing it.
I have no idea who that is. I thought I wasn't going to know that dude's name.
Mm-mm. But yeah, he did Zombieland. He did Santa Clarita Diet, which is a show on Netflix. That's kind of funny.
Seems like he does a lot of comedy.
That's
what's
weird.
Yeah, is it meant to be like a kind of funny movie, or is it all
I
serious?
hope not. What I had heard was
it'd be nice to see Tom Hardy kind of break into a more lighthearted.
It would be, but
roles
not as Venom. Because
not
Venom
as-
is not lighthearted in any sense of the word.
I don't know.
If it was maybe Carnage.
Last time I saw Venom, which was admittedly Spider-Man 3. So
Well, that doesn't count.
Well, no. Then it was also that one Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 1 where he's just ridiculously stupid.
Well, the last thing I heard about that movie was that it was going to be like a superhero horror movie. Like, it was going to be like a horror suspense thriller thing.
That sounds really strange.
I think that would be freaking amazing.
So they're trying to build him as like anti-hero, or did they just go in like full-on villain origin? Or...
I don't know. I think it would be cool if they just did it as a monster movie, where Venom the symbiote is the monster, and then Eddie Brock is like the main character, and the whole movie is it like trying to take him over, and he's like fighting it, and then by the end he like finally gives in. But it's weird because Spider-Man is not in this movie.
Oh.
At all. Has nothing to do with it. They are completely separate.
When's Homecoming coming out?
Next month. Mm-hmm. I cannot freaking wait for that movie.
That's great.
Yeah.
Man goes stuff.
Alright. Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant. Sorry that took so long.
That's alright. We just probably cut like half that little tangent out. So.
I don't know. Now we're doing it in videos, but...
Yeah. Jump cuts.
Jump cuts!
So...
Alien Covenant. This is where it gets a little interesting. So, Alien Covenant was...
disappointing.
A little disappointing, yeah. It was a lot like... honestly, it was a lot like Prometheus. That's the big thing you need to know if you're going to go see Alien Covenant is that it's like the better clone. It's like the better version of Prometheus. It's much less convoluted and confusing, but it's still just a little like cuckoo. Mm-hmm. That's the big thing.
Did you see the prologues?
No, I didn't.
Okay, we'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, so your overall thoughts on Alien Covenant?
I liked where it was going. I think it does. I think in certain sections it does sort of suffer from the same thing that Prometheus suffered from, where there's just a little too much going on sometimes.
Yeah.
It meant that there were certain things that, like there was so much crammed into it that I missed. I almost missed also spoiler alert after this section. Minor spoilers. I'm gonna try to keep it tame. There were just a couple like really important details, like dead people. That I missed. Or no, I didn't miss them. I almost missed them. Like I was like it was just hard to keep up.
Let's just screw spoilers because I'm gonna go into some things that are gonna spoil it. So
okay.
like just full on
just
spoilers.
A big X on the screen, like.
Okay.
So like seeing the main character of the last movie, the girl, there was a part right where you see her all like split open and stuff like that, or
Elizabeth Shaw?
Yeah.
You don't see her split open in Prometheus. She at one point oh wait, are you talking about Alien Covenant?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's all split up in Alien Covenant.
Yeah. I just barely caught that.
Oh yeah, it was
a really quick shot,
and it doesn't really look like her either, too. Yeah. But
and there was just I think one of the big problems with the movie that I sort of glossed over was some of the interesting acting choices and some of the interesting writing choices for the characters, like the second mate or the new captain, the guy the second mate who becomes captain, who's just
Tennessee.
Yeah, not
Danny
Tennessee.
McBride.
McBride. Yeah,
That's Tennessee.
no, not McBride.
Oh, the main guy. He's in Big Fish.
The guy, the weird,
the one that makes the really bad decisions.
The really bad decisions,
yeah.
And he's religious, but if you really pay attention to what he's saying, you're not really sure what kind of religion he's into, and it's just a really strange character. But my biggest issue with it was that there was all this just hidden shit in the movie that they didn't go into.
Yeah,
like they way glossed over what David was doing there and what was going on with that planet.
Yeah, like my biggest issue with the movie is Prometheus ended, and it's all right, he's like, where are we going? We're gonna go ask them why or whatever. They're gonna go confront the engineers and be like, what the heck happened? That's how it ends. You're like, awesome. So the next movie is gonna take place on the engineers' planet. We're going to have this whole big thing. And they get to the engineers' planet and they're like, what happened? And he's like, yeah, I killed them all.
Yeah.
They're
I didn't
all
ask them
dead.
any questions. They're just dead.
Yeah, that was my big thing was they set up this cool, because I think what happened was one of the biggest complaints about Prometheus was that there weren't any xenomorphs. That was people bitched about that a lot. And so I think then Ridley Scott went with this one and then just did all xenomorphs.
Yeah.
And just completely stopped whatever he was planning with Prometheus and just shifted to have xenomorphs. Which I think it would have been cool if they had one xenomorph. I would have rather seen one of those backbursters. I wouldn't have wanted to see the full-fledged xenomorph.
Yeah.
I would have been fine if they had it on the engineer's planet and it had a proto-xenomorph running around.
Yeah, I loved those slender morphs.
Slender morphs.
It just sucks because it seemed like there was this really, really interesting plot in the back about the engineers that they just... Prometheus is all we're going to explore this plot. We're going to explore this plot. And then they get little tasters...
Yeah,
samples of what it's going to be like, and then the movie ends and everyone's dead.
Yeah,
and this movie starts up. They're like, "That plot's over. See you later."
Yeah,
like there's a between movie that we just sort of missed where David stops, asks him a couple of questions, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
It's like you have kids and you go to them and you're like, "Hey, we're gonna go to Disneyland tomorrow." And then all day you spend, and you're like, we're going to Disneyland tomorrow. We're going to Disneyland tomorrow. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, let's go to Disneyland. And like, nah, we did that while you're sleeping. Now we're back home.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But so, the prologues were interesting. There's two.
Mm-hmm.
The one was just kind of, it has James Franco in it, so that's kind of cool. But
I saw
it's in the trailer, kind of.
The title was Last Supper.
And it's just kind of them talking.
Yeah.
And they kind of give more which I didn't necessarily pick up on this in the movie. Every member in the crew is, they're couples. They're all married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because their whole goal is to get procreation. And so I didn't necessarily pick up on that. But so that was kind of interesting. But the other really interesting prologue is it picks up after Prometheus ends with Elizabeth Shaw, David.
Oh.
Shows her repairing him, and then it's got his monologue or something throughout it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing stuff on the ship, and then she goes into hypersleep or cryo thing, and she's says something will you wake me up when we get there, or something like that. I don't remember what she says, and he's like, yeah, I'll totally wake you up. And then he just put her to sleep, and then it cuts to the scene that they have in the movie where he kills all the engineers. And so it kind of gives it a little more where she was during that, and why she didn't stop it was because she went to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think about the different xenomorphs?
Seriously, those slender morphs are pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked those.
There was one really awesome part of the movie that went off without a hitch. It was the really creepy aspect of the slender morphs.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they were animalistic. They were. I like that they showed them being almost on the cusp of having intelligence, like the xenomorphs are supposed to have. It was really well done.
I thought it was really cool because when it first breaks out, you can see it getting bigger.
Yeah.
When they're cutting, it's slowly in each shot just a little bit bigger, and you can see it growing. I thought that was freaking awesome.
I think it would have been nice if the movie. Oh gosh, if they wanted to do a story about the engineers, and this would cram like more crap into the movie, but it felt like there should still have been a couple of engineers alive.
Yeah.
Like maybe they die in the movie, but that would have been a really nice plot to continue on.
It would have been even more interesting if he had like kept a few alive and used them as like experiments, like to get to the xenomorphs. Also, this is a thing that doesn't make any sense now. In the original Prometheus, when they find those like pods, there is like a big mural statue thing of a xenomorph in a crucifix position, which doesn't make any sense now because the xenomorphs didn't exist until David made them.
So the theory that I've been coming up with on this, because you're always talking about the process of like the convoluted pathway that the virus takes until it becomes the proto-xenomorph thing that you see at the end of Prometheus, and then we see like if you watch Prometheus and you watch like the big piles of dead bodies and stuff like that, you can and the statues, you can definitely see how the xenomorphs are inclusive in there. And so my theory after Covenant was that David might have accelerated the process, but the xenomorph is ultimately basically the evolutionary inevitability of using the virus. Like the virus is built to constantly go back to those xenomorphs.
I get that. It's just I don't know how the engineers know about it then.
Because they've used it before.
I guess that's true.
Because in Prometheus they explain that like they think that it's a weapon that they've used a couple of times.
I didn't think that they had used it already. I thought the whole plan was to use it on us. Like they were gonna make it and bring it to Earth, and then that went to shit.
I mean, maybe that batch, that specific batch, but that might, because like that whole facility seemed built to create it.
Yeah. And
so maybe part of it was like if they designed the virus, then they would have also designed what it eventually turns into.
That makes sense.
Science.
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 Ridley science.
Science.
Okay, what are we gonna rate this?
I was going to say 1 out of 10 people played by Michael Fassbender.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, that was freaking awesome. That one scene when they're like talking and it's just like camera spinning.
Oh, yeah.
And then he like leans in and kisses them. Like the whole time I was like, this is like mind blowing.
I saw something on the internet about how people basically think that's like the best scene in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
If there was a really good reason this movie made money, it was just that brilliant scene by Michael Fassbender.
That was amazing. He makes that movie so much better than it is. Yeah. So
entrance of the gods in the Valhalla.
Yeah, and that one part when he's just like, "Who said that?" and he says the wrong name, and he's like, "No, this person said that," and you like realize that David's kind of like losing it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 out of 10 people played by Michael Fassbender. I would say 6.
That's where I was thinking.
Yeah.
6 people played by Michael Fassbender. So we've got David, Walter, Robert.
I'm just thinking of other generic names.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean's not a generic name. Maybe a generic white name.
Yeah.
You need like David, Walter, Robert, Richard, Stephen,
Philip. Hello, my name is Philip.
They all need different accents. You got the British one.
My name is Philip.
Hello, my name is Philip.
How are you doing today?
My name is Philip. So, where would you rate this on the scale of Alien movies? What is your list of Alien movies now?
Shit. Honestly, I probably one. It was better. So it was better than Prometheus, and it was better than 3 and 4.
Okay.
So
that
I would
rate them.
I'd say it puts it in the running of like the first 2 movies, which Aliens kind of had a rough track up to this point. So that's not saying a whole lot.
Not up until Aliens. Like, I mean, after Aliens, it's been bad. But
yeah.
I would rate it Aliens, Alien, Covenant, Prometheus, 3, 4.
Yeah. That's pretty much the order. Yeah.
And then we're not even talking about the AVP movies.
Not yet.
I haven't seen those.
Not yet. I want to work us up through the Predator series. So we can do a Predator review.
We need,
and then I want to work us through the whole AVP series. However many movies there are.
Dude, we need to do just a bad movies. Not that this is a bad movie, but because of Adam West dying, I've been watching clips of the 1966 Batman movie. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It is fucking hilarious.
I had that as a kid.
I used to watch it so much, but I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so I didn't get a lot of it. Like, there's one part where Batman's like, Robin, let me know if you interpret these riddles the same way as I do. And he goes, all right, Batman. He's like, what has yellow skin and rights? And Robin, while holding a pencil, goes, a ballpoint banana.
What?
Yeah. He goes, a ballpoint banana. And then Batman's like, right.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And like the whole thing is like the boat. There's a boat, like a runaway yacht that disappears. It vanishes in the ocean. Batman's like, there is something fishy about that boat. And then the commissioner guy is like, so you're saying where there's a fish, there's a penguin? And then Robin's like, and sea. It took place at sea. Sea for Catwoman. He goes, that shark was pulling at my leg. They're like, the Joker! And he's like, it's all adding up to some mysterious riddle. Riddler. It's like so funny.
Oh
it's
my
so
gosh.
funny.
So what was this about Ridley Scott? You said something at the theater about Ridley Scott, like going back over Aliens 1 and 2 or something like that? Or...
Mm-hmm.
What is
Ridley
that?
Scott says he wants to do a sequel to the first Alien with a de-aged Sigourney Weaver, which seems really dumb. He wants to basically redo Aliens.
Oh man, that's
which
a bad
I think
idea.
is bad.
That's a bad idea.
He is on another planet right now.
The Engineers planet.
Yeah.
With David.
With David.
David's
He
like,
is Wayland.
Yeah, he's like, David's like, you're going to write this movie, or I'm going to do what I did to you that I did to Shaw. I'm going to split you open and
Split you open.
make make a weird table out of you that Walter's going to find and not be like, oh.
I'll be like, oh.
I feel like Walter should have been freaking out. Like
He's a robot. He doesn't have emotions.
But if he's under the impression that he's supposed to be like protecting and serving like the people he's with, the moment he sees like Elizabeth Shaw all like bent over backwards over a weird stone thing, he should have been like, oh, I think I'll go back to my humans and freak out and get them off the planet.
Was it Walter that saw that, or was it the weird captain guy?
I feel like it had to have been Walter. If the captain guy saw it, he would have flipped.
I thought that was the whole thing, and then he flips and finds him and he's like, what did you do? And then he's like, nothing. Look in this pod. Nothing bad will happen. And he's like, okay. I'll look in the pod. Oh, there's a little thing in there. Fuck! Or I should be more accurate.
Typecast.
Yeah. All right. So that does it for moviness. What we got going on with Dead by Typewriter?
So, if you're not totally tired of our shit already, in July, on July 9th, we're going to be in Zanesville.
Yeah.
For we're under the impression that Weasel Boy
We're not
Brewery,
under the impression it's happening.
It's
we were told that this might
be we might be there. You know, we might also skip out and we might go get a brew.
Yeah.
No, so Weasel Boy and Mass Media Comics are getting together to have like a little mini Comic-Con in Zanesville. So
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like, you know, way cheaper and way more fun to be at than an actual Comic-Con because we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
And you won't be spending as much money unless you.
And I think everybody gets like a free comic when they walk through the door. It's from 10 to 4, July 9th, and then the night before, they're having some kind of like costume party or something like that.
I did not know any of this.
Yeah, they're having like a costume party thing. If you
have
want more
quite
information,
a few details that I
go to Mass Media Comics Facebook page because all the information is there.
didn't know they had a Facebook page either.
Or also check out Death by Typewriter Facebook because we will have all the details on there as well.
Yeah. Shows how much I know about social media.
How can media be social?
So yeah, we're going to be there. I'm going to be printing out some superhero art and some regular art, selling some prints there. So that'll be my little gig. I'll have like a little table and I don't know, maybe some pens to sign the pieces with.
Yep, we'll have some stuff there. I'm going to see about getting more centerpiece samples there as well. And
I'm probably only going to print out like one of every piece that I bring to the show. So if you buy a piece, it'll be, unique
Yeah.
in more than one sense.
Yep. I think I'm gonna have some artwork there too, actually.
Yeah, I gotta show you all the shit I've been doing because I just put those 4 on Facebook, but that's not even everything I've done so far.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Well,
I don't know. We're gonna go see Wonder Woman tonight.
oh yes.
At the crappy theater that I never get tired of complaining about.
Yeah. So we're seeing Wonder Woman. We'll do a review later for that. But I think that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, have a great rest of your day, our ladies and lasses. We'll see you next time on Typecast. Fuck off!
Girl, drop, girl, drop.